Darling, we have a first-rate seminar here. Why do autistic boys do scary shit? Okay, that's the question. Why do autistic boys do scary shit? I just heard incel. I just heard, news report, yes. Local mother's head found in the pot on the kitchen stove. Guess who did it? Her son with Asperger's. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, here's what we have to remember. And here's what's unfortunate for high-functioning spectrum A people. Is that people are looking at it the wrong way when they say stuff like that. So it's kind of like I say this horrible behavior, and then right after I follow up with, he had Asperger's. Yeah. So that would be someone who is part of the scary autistic people. So we have to remember the word autism is just basically a word for a ski park. I might mean something. We're at the North Pole. So autistic is just another word for this new race of people that have had the turn of the evolutionary wheel. Some people's bodies completed the turn correctly. Some people didn't. No. And because this is a new race of people that's way broader than what we think, but just autistic boys, planes, trains, and automobile lovers, and people like Rain Man, it's way broader than that. It's a new race of people who think differently. They use more senses. And so, now I see I look like George Washington. Listen up, darlings. I'm ready to spit some cherry truth. Okay, a pit. I mean something. So those people who did those things, so for example, Adolf Hitler would be an example of a scary autistic person. Charles Manson would be an example of a scary autistic person. So what that is an autistic person who's also a psychopath. And it's the psychopath that's making them do those types of things. And it's the autistic part of them, unfortunately, that makes them really good at it. So it's not the autistic part that's driving this horrible behavior. It's the psychopathic part that this particular person of this new race of people has a mental health condition. And not all autistic people, not all boys with Asperger's, not all high-functioning spectrum-y, super high needs spectrum-y on the other side of things, they're not all dangerous people at all. And it's kind of becoming, and a lot of people who are on the spectrum may be quiet about it because there is this weird kind of shame aspect when it comes to a stereotype. And so we have to remember, there's nothing to be ashamed of. I feel bubbles coming out of my ear. Because there's also this super cool, sexy, fun, enlightened, I hear, aspect to this way of being too. So let's just remember that. So the word autism is kind of we don't know what this is. So there's a great documentary called Autism 101. And if you know anybody who's autistic or you might identify as spectrum-y, you should watch it. It's really interesting. And if you're around my age, I'm going to be 50 in October. And guaranteed you didn't get any help when you were a child. You may even just be getting help now, if you're even getting help. And so the minute, if you identify, a good one, Mom on the Spectrum is a good one to listen to. She gives some great advice. And she also says too, there's no shame in self-identifying either. It's I don't have a doctor. I can't go to a doctor. If I if I go to the doctor, it's going to cost me all this money to have this doctor say, yeah, you are autistic. You're high functioning spectrum-y. Yeah. What's that diagnosis going to get you? Nothing. So, like she says, yeah, there's just as much respect to people who have self-diagnosed. You know yourself the best. And if it resonates, everything will start falling into place. You might have gotten a diagnosis for your child, which will in turn lead you to have an aha moment that you are spectrum-y too. And there's nothing to be ashamed about, because you're the cool one. You're not a scary spectrum-y. See how that works? So I'm back. I'll put that video down in the comments. Yeah, make sure to check it out.